like we said, Vic is going to be here in just a second, but I'll just go through as we scroll through the teams here. I'll just give you my quick thoughts here. The star of the draft was Wavy. I think Wavy absolutely understood the assignment here. When we're talking about totally changing up from last year, going with a different approach, I believe the only person without any chemistry on the Wavy squad is Diddy. I'm pretty sure everyone else on this team has at least one chemistry. Now, the question will be, though, how big of an impact will Bowser be? The Bowser bat is a good one, but you got to get ready for it. But I loved getting the double Bowser Juniors. You have you got great value with Green Para, and you got 3 line drive star swingers for $14-15. And then on back ended with it, you have Boomer and Fire. I mean, you can't get much. I mean, that is top level stuff. You're seeing me join the VOD Ninja there for Vic. Let me switch that back over there. Join with camera. I don't need that. Oh, because I'm already streaming.
No, I'll take the camera to show you on the screen.
Yeah. I can't. I forgot, since I'm already on OBS, I can't stream my camera to VOD.
Oh, Ninja. Actually, you know what? Okay, let me think about that. So you can't do your webcam in Discord either?
Let me see. I don't think so. It's probably only going to go to one thing.
So it's going to go to your Twitch?
I can just turn it. But if I'm going to show your screen, I'll just turn my camera off on OBS.
Oh, right. Yeah, do that.
Yeah.
Good call.
So I'll just do that. Whoops.
Good call.
Let's see. Let me game capture. I'm going to turn off that. Now, I'll join the VOD Ninja again.
Okay. Then I'll connect you. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in.
It's not still. I think I have to close. It's still.
If you don't want to do VOD Ninja and do your Discord, I could probably screen capture.
I think it's just still doing that same thing of still being pulled into OBS, I think. As you can see, we're not the pros. I need to right click and deactivate it. Okay. Right click. What if I just remove it? I'm just going to remove it. I'll just remove it from there. And then let's try this again. The VOD Ninja.
Yeah, I'll share my projector, basically.
Nope, that didn't work.
Like that.
I just straight up... it's not even in the OBS thing anymore. Yeah, if I transition one more time. On the web, click right. Okay. Where is it? Properties. Deactivate. Boom. That's deactivated. VOD Ninja. Join room with camera. There I am. Boom. I'm in the VOD Ninja, Vic.
Okay, one sec.
There. And then you're going to share your screen here?
Yeah. How do I...
It's on another
okay.
Okay.
I made you bigger. You're kind of blurry, though. I don't know why.
Where's Gree when you need him?
Yeah. He was so good at this last year.
I think because he prepped ahead of time. Anyway, well, we could just chat while we figure this out, too.
Yeah.
I was just saying, any thoughts on the Wavy squad? I was saying the star of the draft, I think.
Yeah, I guess probably what stuck out to me was Wavy and Fur, honestly. I thought Fur was really good until about pick I would say the fifth match was where like four matches I thought was pretty good. And then the fifth one is kind of where you start hitting some diminishing returns because you have to play them in the field somewhere. And so I was like, okay, fifth one, maybe you throw it like catcher or you pitch like yellow madge. But then a sixth one, now, especially with the rest of your team, you're looking at Bro, Edie. They have to play in the field somewhere too.
See, but what I was thinking is trade. If I'm Fur, I'm
Right,
firing
right.
off trades right now. Like,
Yeah, and I would say on that, then you're sitting pretty good. But like if you were gonna be sticking with this team, then that's maybe where it gets a little more difficult.
yeah.
All right, I'm gonna grab your webcam here real quick.
But
You
I
can go ahead and
don't. I
talk
don't
for a
think you
little bit.
would stick with that team. But because I think you have plenty that you
No.
can go, and you could even do a package. Probably you could get a haul. Because what's the money rule? Is there any money? Does the money have to match or just the
No,
players?
the money will go away. So,
Okay, so
the
the money
money's only
doesn't
used for
matter.
the draft.
Dude,
Yeah, they
you
don't have to
have the
manage
best
salaries
trade
during the
chips.
season.
And looking at here, just to kind of relate, I'm looking at if I don't have a line drive star swinger, I'm getting a hold of Fur right now. What can I? How can I get another one there, and go from there? But I liked the slow burn approach from a lot of teams, but I do think it burned the Virgins a little bit. I think the Virgins, they got a couple of their big characters there. They got the first four, but that back half of the lineup's going to be tough.
Yeah, I'd agree with you there. I think watching his strategy play out, I was kind of waiting for him to like splurge on like another KB, or I think there was a couple bros left, or like I think the one team I was waiting for, or the one character I was like waiting on was the last Wario, because I kind of thought that was maybe an opportunity for somebody to really splurge on Wario, but it kind of ended up not happening. And so I think holding the money was a good play, especially for how the draft was starting out. But then I don't know, that I think I just wanted to see like a little more aggressiveness at the end there, because I thought the start of the draft people were just spending like crazy. Like there was multiple Bowser Juniors over $15, which I thought was a bit much. I think he disappeared, Baltor.
Oh, whoops. Sorry, I was playing around with things on my end. Let me reactivate. Are you gonna give me the
Yeah,
give me
let
the
me
Discord
share it
here?
with you real quick. Yeah, I gotcha.
So I can put that up on the old screen myself.
Yep.
I had Andy helping me out in the DMs here, so I was playing around with some stuff. But you mentioned the Bowser Juniors. I think the big thing that we're seeing, the Bowser Juniors with the matches still going so low. That was a big difference there. But I think you could clearly tell, or you could clearly see how the different approaches from each squad here, how much the second draft really impacted it. Yeah,
Yeah, I agree. And I guess there's a few ways we could do this. Do we just kind of want to go through each team and talk about them? Do we want to give rankings? We could also, I think, kind of what I
let's
was.
go quickly through each team
Yeah.
because we got a bunch of Raiders here, and they're saying if it's hard to hear. Let me
Let me turn you up a little bit because I had to turn you down during the draft because your mic was being kind of peaky.
Well, now it's my mic on my OBS is telling me I'm super low.
Yeah, you can turn it up a little bit.
The joys, man. My freaking interface. I love it, but it has not been treating me very kind of late.
All right, you're good on my end now.
Check. All right. Fur could have had a $14 King boot. Yeah, I mean, if Fur, I would have been aggressive on all those heavies in Fur's spot when they had that budget. I would be all over that. But all right. Let's just start at the top here. Let's start with, we got our expansion team here, the Demolition crew here. Really strong start, really solid core, but with still really low volume on mine. I'm gonna just do this real quick.
Yeah, you're good.
Flip it around. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Hopefully a little louder now. Check. Let's see. Chris says, I didn't really mean to go 30 for Yoshi. Had to play it slow after that. Sounds like Vickless is a mile away. I'm like right in front of my thing. Better? Everything we're liking it here. All right. Thanks, folks. All right. The Demolition Crew here.
Why don't you read me off? Why don't you go through and read me off his team, and I'll drop him out here.
Yeah, we got a $19 Bowser Jr., $25 Waluigi, $26 King Boo, $13 Wario, $30 Boo, $2 Purple Toad, $2 Red Para, $2 Blue Shy Guy, $2 Red Noki, $2 Baby Luigi, and at Palace. I think this is a perfectly great Palace team. I think you'll be all right. I think you got, I think who they go with pitching deeper in this, but for a first-time draft, I would come away from this feeling pretty confident. There's the bottom, the 6 through 10 spots are always going to be difficult anyway, but I think getting yourself a nice solid core there with the Boo and Wario, you got Boo, Wario, Walu, and then you got Bowser Jr. for wall jump, and you got Baby Luigi for wall jump. I think overall, there's not glaring defensive weakness here, but I do worry about a little bit about the power on this team.
Yeah, you do have the Boo, Walu, Wario core with King Boo, and so you're looking pretty strong at that point. Yeah, like you said, Bowser Jr. is kind of on his own with wall jump, though, plus Baby Luigi. Who was his last player? Purple Toad. And then Red Noki. Okay. So Purple Toad or Red Para could play catcher. Red Noki will probably be in the outfield.
Got to be center fielder most likely. Maybe a left fielder. Well, no, you got the double wall jump. You probably go. You got.
You could probably play Red Noki at second base if you're going to pitch Waluigi.
Yeah.
You're going to be swapping between Waluigi and Boo for pitcher. And then, your 10th player is going to rotate between these. You're going to be playing 2 of these 3 every game. I don't know. You probably leave Baby Luigi in there just for the defense.
Yeah, I don't think I would. I don't. The Shy Guy doesn't fit into the squad. That's the problem. Not a lot of chemistry with your support cast there for the Demolition Crew. So I think that might be where the offense might struggle a little bit. But I like the front half of it, and I'll be curious to see how the defense ends up panning out. I would imagine if it's me, I'm probably seeing Blue Shy Guy riding the bench on that squad. All right, let's go to the Swingers here. The Swingers, another year of double DK. We got 2 teams with 2 DKs yet again. And I think this is kind of similar, but with this being jungle, I think the Swingers are going to be a good spot. But I will say, I think the Swingers are a team that need to be reaching out to Fur. I think a Madge here, a line drive. This team needs a line drive star swinger, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Double DK, really solid. You're probably going to be playing them at either shortstop and second, maybe second and third. Your pitching rotation's pretty short up with Boo and Diddy. When Diddy's not pitching, he could probably play some first base for some chem. Otherwise, put Diddy in the outfield. And then from there, you've got a yellow Pianta. You've got a gray Dry Bones. Not Goomba, sorry about that. You got gray Dry Bones. Probably put him in center field. Pianta, maybe you just put DK at third, yellow Pianta at second.
Mm-hmm.
You do have Paragoomba, who will probably be over here. And then also Monty. Monty will probably be starting for this team. And so he will probably... you're probably going to need Diddy in left field, Monty at first base. Monty can utilize ball dash there a lot better. Doesn't have to be in the outfield. And then from there, you've got Blue Noki as well. So Blue Noki can play right field. No wall jumper on this team. So that may be a bit of a struggle.
It was a good point though, brought up in the draft. Like we know how important wall jump is, but we didn't see a lot of wall jump. So
Yeah, and I think that's going to be a big change for this year. Like I think everyone's going to get better at wall jumping. I think last year it was just a little bit of, unfamiliarity with it and how to do it. So
yeah. But a squad that I think is solid, but the depth I worry about. But a strength of this team is that pitching rotation. You got 3 arms there at least that you can use with Noki, Bones, and even Monty if you get in a pinch there for your bullpen as well. So I think the Swingers definitely got some good options. And then when you play at DK Jungle, the sky's the limit. For your offense. Really, it could change in a heartbeat there.
He does have Wario on his own. He does have Boo Wario connection. So that'll be good at the plate. Thank you.
Yep, absolutely.
So Pianta probably moves to home plate in that scenario.
You think? Well, I guess you already have the laser, so you don't need a third laser. But that's a factor too. If you got both DKs and Pianta in the infield, that's a lot of laser heading home.
Yeah, so maybe he could try and hide a catcher there. He could put Bones or Monty there.
Baldash for catchers there?
I don't know. Stealing VSWOD was about the only team that stole a lot last year, so I think maybe we'll see some more teams try to do that moving forward. So
it says on Discord the stream paused, by the way. If you have your minimized application, so if you got that, let me know. But we'll move on to the monkeys here.
Okay, one sec.
Aha.
How about now?
Go. Now let me flip over to my OBS.
How about now? Is it still working?
It just paused it. Now you minimized it again. There we go.
Okay. I think I can do it as long as I don't have my how about now?
I can't even full screen it, so I'm just going to go back to what I was doing. That's okay. I'm just going to go back to the teams.
Okay, that's fine. We can have 2 different screens.
Yeah, exactly.
And you don't need me up there, but I got you showing. I got you showing fine. So
the monkeys here. I have my worries about the monkeys here. I like Birdo, I like Petey, I like PM, and I like Toadsworth, and I like the pitching rotation, but I just don't know if this team's going to score a lot of runs. That's my initial concern here.
Yeah, honestly, I think a few teams ended up without many heavies or run scores, so I think CJ is okay in that regard. I think one thing we didn't see of at all last season was the Birdo Petey connection, and we have at least 2 teams this time around that have it. So, in terms of the Birdo Petey connection, you're gonna have Birdo first or second or third in your lineup, and Petey's gonna be right behind, ready to hit some nukes. So, that alone can go quite a ways to carry a team. Also, did pick up a Noki and a Pianta.
Yep.
Which is great to use in the back half of the lineup. Did get Toadette late for $1, which is great because he didn't have wall jump yet, and now he does. And also got a green Toad, I would say one of my personal favorites.
Toads are good too. I mean, and there's a lot of Toad chemistry here. And Pooh Bear in the chat says, I think the monkeys are better than last year, and CJ was mid-pack. That's very true. I mean, CJ, there was question marks about the monkeys. I believe they were one of our lowest rated teams going into the season last year. And I think this is he's a strong GM and knows how to use these characters. And I think you make a great point. The lineup construction is going to be big here, especially you mentioned Birdo at the top. I don't know if you can go Birdo at number 1. I think you got to go Birdo somewhere where the egg is going to be a problem, and that's going to mean you're going to have to hit with your Nokis, your Dixie, and your Diddy Kong, your Green Toad. But that's going to be setting up some good stuff here for Toadsworth and Birdo, 2 really impactful star swings. And I'd like to see how many stars CJ will start. I think that's going to be a big question for a lot of our players, too, is how many stars do you start with? And will that draw maybe a team with Bowser to go with a Bowser captain, for example, to get those extra stars versus a cheap captain star swing? But you got the arguably the best captain star swing. You got one of the best heavies, and Toadsworth was a monster in the Ass Blast last year. So I certainly in a good spot. I just do worry about the fall off of the lineup.
Yeah,
Holy
even just looking
smokes.
now, the biggest thing will be your protection for PD. Maybe you just put Blue Noki on and hope you don't have two outs, and then she can try to bunt single on for Pianta. Um, Dixie or Green Toad is probably your best, like pound for pound if you need a slap to get on. So maybe one of those ends up batting fourth. Green Toad having Chem with Toadette would be nice. So, but then you're having to bat Toadette, earlier in the lineup. So, but yeah, this is going to be where your team's made on offense. So you're probably just going to want to start out with those three. Maybe you could sneak in like a Dixie Kong at leadoff or something like that. But yeah, the issue will be you're hitting Goomba, you're hitting Diddy, you're hitting Dixie, you're hitting Toadette.
Shout outs to the
You're hitting
Aggie raid
Blue
as
Noki.
well. Welcome in, folks. We have not gotten to the Aglets yet, so we have not broken down the roster there. So stay tuned for that. But I keep your eyes on the monkeys. I think the park will be an interesting factor there too. Where will the eggs go? Where will the slaps land? Keep your eyes on the monkeys here, as they're going to have to. They got a lot of a high ceiling, I think, though, but also a low floor. I think one of those kind of classic teams. All
Yeah,
right.
definitely. I think a lot. Yeah, I think much improved, especially on offense, much improved from last year's team.
Yeah, I don't think there's a team that drafted necessarily horrendously. Like really made a bunch of mistakes in the draft. I think that's a big improvement from last year for sure. All right, the champs, the virgins here, Vickless. What are your thoughts here? Back to, I think one of the biggest wins for the virgins is going back to Palace. You're very familiar there. You have King Boo. You have Hammer Bro. I think, and back to where you won it all. I think that's a pretty big win there. And I gotta say, these $3 Luigi's, man,
Yeah,
crazy.
that was probably the surprise of the draft for me was Mario going for what 25 and Luigi's just over here going for $3 when I don't know. I mean, the competitive consensus is probably that Mario is slightly better, just mainly due to his captain abilities. But I mean, Luigi is not. He's not a $22 difference than Mario. He's still a really good slap hitter. His grounder star swing is pretty much a single if you hit it to the left side of the infield. Maybe not at Palace as much, but I don't. He might have Yoshi as captain, so that he doesn't really have to worry about that. Elite super jump in the outfield, elite wall jumper, brings a lot of value to the team. And like anyone who ended up with a Luigi is sitting pretty well.
Yeah, I agree. Really great value in this draft. I think this team is going to be perfectly fine in the right hands of Chris. But I think the big question that a lot of fans are going to be asking is, how will he handle no booze? I mean, he's got King Boo, but he's got no booze on the bump, so he will have to adjust. He will have to be a completely different pitcher this go around. But in that same vein, Peach, Waluigi, Diddy, you got a rotation right there.
Yeah, and even King Boo if you need it. But yeah, should be able to rely on these three pretty easily. When Peach is pitcher, um, it depends on where you put Yoshi. He could put Yoshi out in left or at second base, and then try to maybe like hide Bro at like second or short, or bring Shy Guy in at second base. You probably would run Diddy left field, Shy Guy second base, something like this if Peach is pitching. But yeah, I mean, still a very strong team offensively. I mean, you can lead off with Yoshi or Waluigi. You've got Hammer Bro ready to go. You could back up Hammer Bro with King Boo. Walu slap at 4, and then really kind of whatever you want after that. So lineup wise, not too many holes. Luigi and Shy Guy both great slappers. Monty gets on base, doesn't get um, long bat, gets hit by the pitch a lot, doesn't really strike out. So really, it's just managing like these Peach and Diddy at bats since they're shorter at bats. But yeah,
Yeah,
I
give me
would
the
say this is a
Monty
pretty
bat
strong
over
team.
a lot of the budget bats almost any time, really. I mean, and we know how deadly he was with Shy Guys. And again, I think that having solid pitchers is going to be great. As in the chat, Chris says, no one will use Boo as well as me anyway. So,
Yeah, and like Monty's bunt and Diddy's bunt at Palace, if you can bunt those down the line in the sand, like they really slow down nice, and it's going to be tough for a pitcher or third base to get over to that. So, but yeah, I like the double power. I think a lot of teams maybe didn't capitalize on getting those heavies as much, and I think he should have no problem, generating runs.
well, and one thing we didn't talk about for the first go arounds here of everyone, King Boo at the star in a must win in a game 3. I mean, that's gonna be huge, especially in the hands of someone as good as Chris here in the Ass Blast. So the Virgins looking good, but I think this was mentioned by Pooh as we transition into the wish list Bobo's big tower. I think both Pooh and Chris don't have the same dominant teams as they did in season 1. Still got a lot of good pieces, but I do think that there are a little bit of the question marks still about the core. But Pooh his first 3 picks. He did exactly what he wanted to do, right? He got double DK and he got PD again. He is right back with his bread and butter, and he got his stadium. Add in the fact that you have Luigi, you got PM, you got Wario, and you got Green Bones, and you got a Toadette there on defense. That's a solid jungle team, and teams are going to have to pitch to Pooh. But speaking of pitching, he's in trouble there. You got Dixie, and then Luigi, maybe? Blue Toad? Bones?
Yeah, probably Green Dry Bones is your second pitcher here. Um, Probably stick a DK at third, bring a Wario into the infield.
You like
Yeah,
Wario
but
infield over, say,
outfield,
like left field?
no, yeah, I think so because you have Toadette and Luigi, or you could stick Blue Toad out there. Probably Pianta, just throw him at first base for now. So something like this where, yeah, I think outfield he's looking pretty good. Maybe he benches Pianta, puts Blue Toad out in center and puts Bones there. I'd probably play Pianta every game at Jungle, but
Yep.
maybe if he's on the road at like Garden, he would maybe do that. Um, but yeah, honestly, I think this is a pretty good team. He got some like financially, I thought he did really well in the draft. Didn't overspend too much, and where he did, it was with your big 3 characters here. But like I thought it got really good value. Green Dry Bones is good. Luigi is really good. Pianta was, I don't know if a single Pianta went over $6. And
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he's hard to hit with, but I mean, if you just go to the back of the box and that helps out needing to pull the ball with him. So, we'll probably see some Pianta dingers at Jungle this year.
Absolutely. And the defense. I mean, Pianta is a defense. It will be interesting, as we know, a tale as old as time. The PM and PD I believe, the worst pairing in the game, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's no like stats to back that up, but they
Vickless. Hello. We might have lost Vickless. What's up to the Gooners? We're all waiting on bated breath to hear what Vickless said. Well, anyway, here, just to just finish up here with Pooh. You got the Dixie, you got the Toadette. I don't think Blue Toad is going to see the field very much. Do I think Pooh should trade for a Madge? Madge is always good. I just wonder what the asking price will be from Fur. Because there'll be some interesting pieces, and we haven't gotten to the golf rules, because I think Fur has to be smart with the trades to build around the core, because Magic Koopas are really, really good. Let's see. I got a DM from Vickless here. Let's see what he says. As I try to, there we go. Stop watching. All right, yeah, we both lost each other's audio. I'm going to try to rejoin the Discord call here. You can hear me, right? Chatters? I'm going to turn. Okay, yep.
You want to try rejoining the call?
There we go. I'm back here.
I got you.
Now we're back together.
We can do Aggie's team now.
Yeah, we'll go. Let's move on to our second expansion team here, the Aglets. And, hey, this is a team, dude. This is a squad. I mean, you're looking at King. You got Boo, Walu, and you got plenty of options for your third pitcher. The great call of paying, I think, spending $6 for that. Choose your stadium every week. Love that approach, especially as you're figuring things out. And I think Philly said this during the draft. You can counter. You know, you're going up against a heavy hitting team. You got a team with a lot of heavies. You'll take them to Garden. You want to give yourself a offensive bonus. You go to Jungle. You want to just keep it easy. You don't want to deal with hazards. You go to Mario Stadium. I think this squad works across the board. You can win at every stadium with this team. The biggest downside being you only have the one true heavy in King Boo, but your chemistry train is so good, and Green Bones, Red Bones is a great combo. And another instance here where we have another team that's got a lot of chem. I don't think Shy Guy sees the field on this team. Why would you play Shy Guy on this team when everybody else has a connection?
Well, I mean, Shy Guy could play center. I mean, the Bones have chem, but I mean, I guess unless you're trying to get like a home run with.
But you could Falcon
Bones,
Pop, for
you
example,
could Falcon
though?
Pop. Well, I would say black. Is it black Shy Guy or blue?
I can't tell.
Yeah, I honestly can't tell you.
I believe
if it's black Shy Guy, then you can Falcon Pop. If it's blue Shy Guy, he's still pretty good in the outfield. So I think you're just kind of swapping between those two.
Black Shy Guy.
Okay. I mean, I think you're kind of swapping between those two for who's on the bench. I think you stick Red Noki in left field. And then you've got, for a batting lineup, I mean, you're looking pretty strong. You can lead off with Madge, and then, maybe you go into a couple things you could do. You could do Boo, KB, Walu, Wario. You could just move KB second, bypass the Boo Chem, and then just try and get that straight double Chem train with Wario. And then from there, I mean, you could put Dry Bones to, clean up Star Hit 6th, have your Noki Pianta connection. So, I mean, lineup-wise, like your star economy is looking pretty good. Maybe you don't bat those two back-to-back since you're going to have Captain Wario. But otherwise, I mean, lineup, there's not really Red Noki's probably the worst batter on the team. So,
and you like all the bats on that team, right? I mean, the blob is tough for new players, obviously. We know that Pianta is going to probably be a bit tough. And that truly is going to be the most difficult bat to learn. But I don't really see a glaring weak spot in this lineup here. I think this was a very, very good draft. And some interesting options here too. I mean, with possible, I'm wondering if these some lower level characters might be interesting to trade. You could try to move your Bones to try to add to what you have, but I think that first 5 characters that you got were great, and then you rounded out your bench really well with all of those characters are startable. All of these characters, you're not stuck with the Goombas, the Paragoombas here. All of these characters, most of them have a star swing too, so I think this is great. I think there's plenty of pitchers here. I think that this was a really, really great start for the Aglets here, and I'm really excited to see how it pans out. And a good budgeting there to be available to snag a Green Bones and Blue Blob for your last 2 picks for $7. That's good. That's good drafting right there.
Yeah, I think the KB pricing during the entire draft was pretty crazy to me. Like KB to me is like a $25 character. I would say at least, just for the power potential. So like seeing Boo go for 38 and KB for 14. So I mean that balances out the combined value of those two is a decent value. So, but yeah, should be a fun team to watch.
Yep. All right, now let's go to the Fandies here. And this squad, I think you might take your first glance at it and you'd be like, eh. But then when you look at it, you got the Mario brothers, so you're covered in your corners there in the outfield. You got Yellow Fellow that can play second base, shortstop or second base with Bowser there as well. You got Toad and Mario, no chem, right?
No chem for those two.
No chem for that. But you still have you got a Toadsworth, which is great for your Toads there. You got your Green Noki with a Yellow Fellow, so Green Noki for line drive, star swing, Yellow Fellow. And then you got the King Koopa. If you can get on and basically force your opponent to pitch to you as Bowser in situations with runners on, or basically using those other characters to kind of just put the pressure and it's like, all right, I'm already down. I don't want to give a free pass to Bowser here. I think Andy can certainly be sitting here for a great solid season and a no nonsense stadium in Mario Stadium. I like when we're talking about a depth and a complete team. I think this is a complete team. Not the strongest on defense in some areas. Your Toads will take a hit there, but you got enough speed and enough sliding catch, I think, here to help you out, plus double wall jump.
Yeah, let me grab. So he has Luigi. Where did Luigi go? There he is.
$4.
So,
Luigi.
yeah, outfield is looking pretty solid. You probably slide Toadsworth to center. You slide Bowser over to third. Probably go with the Sunshine infield here with Pianta and Noki. And then from there, you've got you could probably play your double Toads, save Shy Guy's arm for like game 2 or game 3.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of on an island, but that's kind of his role to be pitcher here. I thought his first like 5 picks were really, really solid. And then I think I just wanted to see maybe one more. He had Purple Toad and then Dixie there next. Did kind of salvage it with Luigi and Pianta. I think I just kind of wanted to see like one more, $10-ish mid-tier character.
Mm-hmm. A Peach,
I think that
like a Peach.
Yeah, I'm not sure of who exactly, but I think this is a lot better team than he was able to get last year in the draft, just based on you're going to be starting every game with more than likely like Toadsworth and Bowser. Mario Captain's probably going to slide in and back up there. I mean, from there, you could stick Luigi fourth. You could bring in Green Noki Star Swing. You're going to have Yellow Pianta with Chem. And
I think a
then,
Peach would fit in really well with this team if you're looking for a possible trade. I think that gives you a ton of chemistry. Be interesting if he can get that deal done. I don't know if he'll have the pieces to get that deal done. But chat there says outbid on Peach and Andy. I tried to get a Peach / Daisy real hard. Accidentally overspending on the Bowser. Strapped my money up pretty bad mid-draft. That's the big thing with Bowser, right? I mean, I did the same exact thing in our last league. I said, I want Bowser. I'm taking Bowser. And the cost eventually just gets to a crazy amount, but it's Bowser. Like, if you hit dingers with Bowser, it's worth it. It's worth it every time. But it looks like Daisy, the hot commodity of the chat here, Andy, Pooh, and Wavy all saying that they were trying to add Daisy to the squad. But I like this. I think this is a huge upgrade for Andy going into year 2, and I think that this is going to be a solid squad.
Yeah, I think so too. The biggest key will be, Bowser's probably going to get walked a lot. So can Mario Fireball get through the infield enough? That's kind of the one knock on him, as he pops the ball up a lot in the infield and like it gets caught or double played. So
yeah,
although we're not really dropping double plays in this league, so that at least isn't an issue. But like Mario's going to have Bowser on first base a lot, so hopefully the ball can get through the infield.
Yep, absolutely. All right. We now head to the Dingers here. We won't know their stadium. I'm assuming, obviously
we don't know yet.
Dave will have to make that call before. But went the All-Star route, basically. The Mario All-Stars route here. My big thing with Stars Off Mario Baseball, not having a guaranteed heavy is a problem. Like, I think not having a character that you can reliably count on to hit home runs for you is a problem. And I think while this team is perfectly strong and perfectly capable, the easiest and best ways to score runs in this game, outside of star swings, are home runs. And this is it's again, I like the defense. I like the pitching depth here. There's a ton of chem. A Luigi would have fit in this team perfectly. But that's my big concern here. I mean, again, you got plenty of options for where to play these characters in the field and all that good stuff. But your only heavy being the blue blob, that's a big power vacuum, if you ask me.
Yeah, I think so. It feels a lot like his team last year, but like without Hammer Bro, basically.
And I mean, but we're talking the Hammer Bro to blue blob power, consistent power drop off is pretty massive.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. So he played at Yoshi Park last year, so it'll be interesting to see if he wants to go back there because he had a texture stadium for that. But yeah, hitting wise, I mean, you're probably gonna, I don't know, lead off with a Yoshi slap. You could stick Toadsworth at second in the lineup. Then from there, you're probably just trying to get this chem train going. One thing he might have going for him when he does, if he drops game 1 or game 2, is he could star somebody like Peach. Like maybe Peach pitches game 1, and then you can star her for game 2 or game 3. Peach kind of becomes a pseudo heavy in stars on. She has a low traj, but if she can hit the ball high, it can get out. So I think Peach would be a star candidate. I think Daisy would be a good star candidate. What you probably could do is star this second Daisy, and then you've got double chem into her, and she can
and just launch it. The chat's saying, does he pick Garden? Not enough star swings for me to be comfortable on Garden. I am not going to Garden if I don't have 2 line drive star swingers. If I'm purposely picking Garden, I am making sure I have at minimum 2 line drive star swingers. And Toadsworth is kind of one of those interesting things where the slap is perfectly fine too. Do you really need the line drive the star swing there? And I think double babies is a perfectly they can get lost in the Garden as well. But the nice you mentioned a possible star. If you're successful with the babies, a star on Yoshi could be interesting.
Yeah, and I think he likes to captain Daisy, so that kind of hurts Mario's value too.
I would trade if you're not captaining Mario. I would trade Mario.
Probably get rid of him. Yeah,
I would trade Mario to try to bring in a heavy. Because
the prices the Bros and KBs were going, I mean, maybe you try and swing for one of those.
Yeah, because Yoshi can help you on the defense. The double Daisy and the Peach and double Daisy chem will be great there, and you have a Toad to just add a little extra, and Toadsworth for Peach. If you're not captaining Mario, you trade him for a Madge, a power hitter. Mario in this league, you can get a good haul for Mario. Mario can really be a big trade chip, but he's also a great star swing and a good option there, and a great character to star as a star option there. So it'll be really interesting to see where he ends up picking a stadium. That's gonna really set the tone for this as well. It'd be interesting, maybe a palace somewhere with those short kind of corners there. Wonder if that'll be a consideration.
I was almost wondering like Castle, just because like you're not going to be hitting a ton of homers, and then like you can at least keep your opponent from hitting a ton. I don't know.
That's the Garden philosophy too, right? But I just think
I don't. Yeah, I would almost rather play at Castle, I think, than
I think you can just get trapped with that type of team at Garden. I think you get trapped not doing enough there.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move to the wet blankets. Speaking of a Garden team, this is a Garden squad, right? When you're talking about double Nokis, you got Toadsworth here, you got a couple of Toads, you got the Birdo star as well. This is a team, again, another situation with no heavies, and certainly you got trade chips to maybe upgrade and add some power to this roster. But if you're going to go to Peach Garden, You better be ready to be dragged into the mud, I think, when you play the wet blankets at home.
Yeah, and I think this is a pretty strong team for like we're talking about what type of team you want to have at Peach Garden. I mean, I'll grab Garden real quick. This is a Garden team. You've got Boo to start out. So he can hit those curve traj singles down the or like curve traj slap hits down the line for easy doubles at Garden. And you've got Birdo, whose egg is just demoralizing at Garden. I mean, she can get a triple there, no problem. You've got Toadsworth, probably stick him out in center. You've got both Nokis for star swinging.
Mm-hmm.
So honestly, probably the biggest concern with this team is just managing your star economy because you're going to be tempted to just captain Birdo every time. Maybe, I mean, I don't know if you'd consider Captain Mario over Birdo. I feel like if you have Birdo, she kind of has to be
Yeah,
your
I don't know if you
captain.
can do that.
So I think you're captaining Birdo. He does have two Toads, so like he
Both
can
red
just
toads too.
pitch one
So
if
I
he
mean,
wants,
with
or
Peach,
yeah,
and those are going to be fascinating star candidates as well. This is a really, really
yeah,
interesting team. With my philosophy as a Mario baseball player is I want heavies. I love heavies. I want that. So that's just me. But I think this is a well-rounded squad. I just don't like seeing a squad with literally not a single power on this roster.
yeah. The biggest thing will be going on the road,
Mm-hmm.
how he generates runs. But his worst bat is, I mean, Peach probably, and I
And
mean,
that's
even though her
not
bat's
bad.
really short, I mean, she can still slap okay as a push hitter. So yeah, I think the Nokis I think are just so undervalued. I mean, I don't know if a single one went over $10.
Mm-hmm.
I
Especially
mean,
the
they can
green
do
ones
everything.
too.
Yeah, Green Noki can star hit, line drive. She can pitch. She's probably the best pitcher that's not like your bona fide like ranked place starter. So like she'll be definitely seeing the mound, I would think, either direction. I mean, you could make one righty and one lefty and be able to pitch either one a couple times. So, yeah, I think, the biggest thing will kind of just be lineup construction. You probably start out like Toadsworth, Birdo, maybe Boo after, or maybe like I don't know if you stick the Nokis back to back somewhere in there. You're probably gonna go Mario, Peach, Daisy at some rate. So, maybe something like this and put your Toad back here by Peach as well. So I mean, there's a number of different things you could do with this lineup. So it'll be interesting to see how it works out.
Yep, I think I'm really intrigued. And another situation where you got trade capital here if you're
Yeah,
interested. So and we saw X Water was went on a run. Pooh, we will do power rankings at the end. We're getting down to our final few teams here. Remember, we're expansion draft, so let's go into the cheesesteaks here. They call Yoshi Park home here. I'm surprised that the Philly did not have another. We have now 3 teams in a row without a bona fide heavy here. But another situation, you got double Dino, you got the Peach, Luigi, Mario with the Toadsworth and Daisy. I think Philly is in a good spot, but I think to get where Philly wants to go, I think he's going to have to make a trade and add in a heavy into this team. I think that is going to be. He hit a lot of homers last year, and I think that's going to be something he's going to want to replicate. But another situation where we're looking at here, one bad bat in the lineup, basically a Toadette, and you're all right with that with the defense. You got another team. Mario and Birdo ending up on the same team really changes things
yeah, it's
drastically for a lot of
that's
players.
happened to yeah, that's happened a couple of times. So the dilemma you run in with Mario and Birdo on the same team is both of their values go up quite a bit as captain, but you can only captain one of them. And you probably lose more value by not captaining Birdo. And so then that kind of just leaves Mario as a slap hitter and a defensive player, which is fine. Um, but yeah, Birdo, you have enough star economy here for Birdo to be your captain. Shouldn't have any issues with that. Your only other star hitters are Toadsworth, and then I guess if you want a Falcon Pop right-handed Pianta. But otherwise, he's probably batting left-handed. Uh, I'm not sure who's going to play catcher on this team.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's a good
Luigi.
question.
Here's what you're probably doing. You're probably putting Pianta at catcher, Luigi over at third base with super jump, and Kem over to Daisy. Yoshi, some people play him in left, some play him here. I think this is kind of like your default lineup, but there's definitely a couple different things you can try here. But yeah, then batting wise, kind of the same thing we've been seeing where it's like you've got Toadsworth, and then you're looking at probably Birdo. Maybe you stick Yoshi up here
Maybe Yoshi
somewhere
try to get
just to
that
try and get
get as
some
many ducks on the pond.
value. Yeah, get some value with the speed. Because after that, you're gonna have to kind of just make a little hem train here, but you're not really gonna be charging. I guess if you lose, you can star one of them.
This is interesting in the
So
chat
yeah.
here saying Green Noki on the bench, and it's kind of crazy to
Oh,
think that. I
well,
mean, I
that's no, she'll be playing. I think
yeah,
I don't know, maybe
with the
you
Pink Menace, Toadette is the odd character out on this team.
yeah. I mean, you probably need to break up where Noki's at in the lineup, something like that. Toadette, Philadelphia says Toadette on the bench. Yeah, I think that's probably right.
Yeah, defense.
Um, so maybe something like that. You'll just kind of have to manage. So he does have one more star swinger now that we had a Green Oki in. Um, so he will have to manage the economy a little bit with that. Maybe slap a
Yeah.
little more with Toadsworth and go from there.
It's just going to be interesting to see without the if without the heavies, that really will change things. But I think Philly is the right type of. We saw Philly. I think has enough game skill that he'll make this team work. And chat pointing out he was one of the good wall jumpers as well. So that'll be a huge upswing for his defense there. I think Park's going to be fine. A little bit of a big Park, but with all the stars he has, the plants are going to be a factor. Certainly, which I think will make for some fun there. All right, let's head to the golf rules here. I can't lie. I actually do love this draft. I think this team will not be the way the team ends. Maybe Fur loves it and sticks with it. I'm all about it. But you set yourself up and you say, okay, before I even entertain trades, I got Walu, I got Firebro, I got Boomer, I got Petey, and I got at least 2 Madges. I mean, you could trade to upgrade your the pitching, huge fall off, and the defense overall. You think with Magic Koopas, you're like, oh, they got that super dive. That ain't gonna help you that much in the outfield, and it ain't gonna help you up the gut as much as you'd like. So if I'm Fur, this is great for garden gaming. But I'm keeping 3 of my Madges, and I'm putting 2 on the block right now. And I'm looking to get a Mario. I'm looking to get maybe a Mario Luigi combo or a Mario Peach combo here to just go, because you got plenty of heavy firepower. You got a good starter in Walu. You got some great defense and line drive star swings with your Magic Koopas. I think you can upgrade this team into an elite team here pretty easily, with the caveat of selecting Garden. Sticking with all these Magic Koopas, and if you just ride the season with all these Magic Koopas at Garden, it could work out. But when you get to those other stadiums that are gonna or you hit a ball in the gap at the in the Garden, and you got Red Madge trying to track it down, that's gonna be a problem. And a Madge would have to be benched in this scenario. I would not bench Walu, Fire Bro, Boomerang Bro, and Petey at all. I would have to bench one of my green Madges probably. So you're already looking at a situation where you have an extra Madge to try to trade to beef up this team. And I mean, if you get a Hammer Bro, I mean, if on the off chance you could pull that off, that's a deadly lineup. But the defense, the pitching, that's going to be the Achilles heel of this team.
Yeah, and kind of like I was saying before, I would say through like the first 7 picks, like Fur was in my opinion, the clear winner of the draft. I mean, he got Wally for 17, he got Green Madge for 6, Fire Bro for 19. The bros were going cheap. And I mean, they were like the second best. Well, them and Petey are like around the second best behind Bowser in terms of heavies. Petey for 21, which is amazing.
Fur
Yellow
used
Madge
their
for
budget
8.
really well.
Boomerang Bro I mean, yeah. I mean, I would say by far the best budgeted draft. So now, but then like, yeah, going Madge to the end, it's gonna come down to like, right. I mean, you can try and play with this team, but I think you're gonna. Well, I didn't love the Garden pick either. I think because it just hurts your two bros and PD,
That's
and
true.
maybe like we'll see some trades there, but I think maybe like a Yoshi Park would have been the move because then you're still getting some home runs out of those
Or a
three. Whereas
Palace, right? You think it hitting down the lines into the tornadoes. You got the
yeah,
chomps.
yeah, I think either one of those would have been fine. But I mean, pitching wise, yeah, I suppose you're just going Walu, lefty yellow Madge, righty yellow Madge as your starting three. But
Yep.
you will feel the pain in the outfield here. Like
You will
these
feel
three
that
are
once you
not,
try to see those little guys scoot around and try to catch something in the gap, the magical catch does not make up
right.
for
Like
the
it's gonna
complete
feel like
lack
you're
of
running
speed.
with rocks tied to your shoes out there. Like
Yeah.
any slap that's not sky high in the air is gonna land against this team. So, but again, the offense is really strong. Fur will just have to learn the push hit with Madge. Like if you're pull hitting or sour hitting with Madge, he's kind of an automatic out. So get that push hit down, get the star hit down, and Madge can be one of the most consistent characters in the game.
Yep, absolutely. All right. To the Lobsters we go here. Another double a great team here core wise, but I think it kind of fits it's kind of what happens a lot with classics. I think this is a pretty classic team, in the way that we look at it, where pretty big fall off, but I like pairing the shy guys. I like getting a red bones, an interesting option for a star character, and give me Monty over much more than any of the $1, $2 characters. I'm a big Monty guy. I'm a big Monty believer. But I think when you're looking at just on the base things here, you got two elite defenders. You have a wall jump. You got two great powers. You got a good chemistry link with Birdo, Petey, and King Boo. You got Birdo Yoshi chemistry, Yoshi with Baby Mario as well. I think this is I think Castle is a perfectly good pick here. My big concern with this team will be the pitching, and I feel like the Lobsters are going to be most likely in a lot of shootouts. And can they win those shootouts? But they'll have the firepower to do it. And I appreciate the meme of going out there and getting themselves a $6 Goomba as well. So and Goomba's an interesting pitching option here. I mean, I think you're pitching
Yeah,
probably you
definitely.
got Goomba, King Boo, and one of your shy guys most likely. You could go Monty potentially as well on the bump there. So pitching is the big problem with this team. But I think overall, I think if you're Morph and you're in a lot of 7 to 8 games or games where the double digit runs are scoring, I think you're setting yourself up to win a lot of those.
Yeah, I think you're definitely going to see the Goomba Gambit in at least one game every series, maybe two. Because you can start Goomba one game, and then from there, he can be your reliever in game 2 or game 3 with our new rules. Like he wouldn't start 2 games, but yeah, infield is great. You've got chemistry, KB to PD, Birdo to PD, or if you want to stick PD at catcher, you've got Birdo to Shy Guy Chem, which is great as well. The KB pick really salvaged this team. I was kind of concerned for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Was able to get KB for $15, which is an amazing deal. But yeah, PD, the lineup kind of sets itself, I think, for this team because you can just lead off with Yoshi. You've got Birdo, and then you've just got this really nice train. Birdo, PD, KB. That's something we see in ranked play a lot.
Yep.
So and then you've got, pretty good slap hitters here, all mid, which means like they have middle trajectory, both like side to side and up and down. So basically making contact gives them good contact gives them a good chance of landing a slap. And then, Monty and Baby Mario and Goomba to round out the lineup. So, yeah, I think pitching's probably what holds this team back from being like really, really good. But I mean, your top 4 in the lineup there is really strong.
And you have 3 really great star character options. Obviously, King Boo's probably going to be the one that gets the starred the most. But you got both Red Bones and Red Shy Guy. When you beef up their star swings, they also have that home run. So you got 3 home run hitter, star swing influenced home runs when you get your star character as well. So that'll be a nice added bonus for the Lobsters. I think really, we're getting to our last 2, and I think, the last team here really proves this. Really great. I think all of our teams took a step forward in drafting this year, like we mentioned before. I just think the squads make a lot of sense, and a lot of teams were able to really put things together here to make something good. But I keep your eyes on the Lobsters, I think, for sure. Now, here's an interesting team. The Bombers. Starting things off with righty Bowser for $35 here. But he built the chemistry around the squad, and that's what's so important about these last 2 teams, 2 Bowser-focused teams. They went really heavy with the Bowser chemistry, and that's, in my opinion, exactly what you want to be doing. If you're gonna go for that Bowser, getting his Goonies with him is exactly what you want to do, and I think that's what V-Sweat did. I think he is really overhyping righty Bowser, and he's going to struggle. I think sitting there and being as confident in the draft that Swed was, he's going to take one swing with righty Bowser, and he's going to realize, wait a minute, that ain't it. But you can add the fact that he's got a lot of opportunities to bring Bowser up with chemistry. You're going to have to get creative with where righty Bowser fits into this lineup. You can't just slot him in, at the front half or anything. You probably want to build behind Madge, behind Green Para here, and possibly even Bowser Jr. So it's an interesting. I think as Oryx Slayer in the chat points out, Sweat had the lower budget. Righty was the best option. I think he capitalized on it by getting Bowser Jr., getting a Magic Koopa, getting Hammer Bro, getting Green Para. Green Para is candy for the Bowser team here. So. If Swed can pull it off with righty Bowser, I think there should be no one should be surprised if he finds himself deep in the playoffs again here. Because picking up you gotta love this. You got Dixie and you got both the Koopas that you can pitch with. He's set when it comes to the rotation.
Yeah, I don't know. This team is going to come down to righty Bowser. I thought the 18 for BJ and the 10 with GSG was a bit much, but he did kind of salvage it with got $25 Hammer Bro, which I think he's like $30 character better. Got a $3 Paratroopa. So Field, this is a very similar team to what he had last year. Other than he has righty Bowser, he does have a Madge, which is strong. So yeah, the fielding is okay. The infield is lacking a little bit.
Yeah, the infield is tough here. When you're looking at that, who are you going to go with? You're relying on a lot of Koopas there. You got double wall jump, which is good. You got third base settled, but no sliding catch. I guess does Koopa technically have sliding catch?
Yeah, I think Koopa's okay at second base here, and then you're probably just putting Bowser at short for the arm. And then Toadette's great in right field, obviously. And maybe there's a scenario where you don't even play Toadette at Castle. You don't really need the wall jump. You can just, load up on. So let's build out the lineup here. So you could probably lead off Madge into righty, Hammer Bro, Bowser Jr. So you've got that, triple chem for Bowser Jr. Maybe stick Para, line drive Star Swinger at 5th. Then from there you could slot in Shy Guy and Dixie and put both of your Koopas on the back end just to try and maybe give Bowser a chem connection on the way back.
As much chem as you can put around righty Bowser, the better. That is the true way to build this lineup. And I put the Koopas next to each other, give them a little boost as well. And you got Para to factor in with that. It'll be the offense. I'm not too worried about. Like you mentioned, though, that defense is going to be tough here. But playing a Castle, I think that's going to be an interesting thing too. He's familiar with it. Will he benefit or will he struggle from balls that hit off the thwomps? One thing, if you don't have a great defense, you don't have good sliding catch characters or characters that can bring the ball in, that ball might bounce around for a while and cause some issues there at Castle. But again, another team that's got a high ceiling but a low floor as well. And it all comes down to the righty Bowser. I think the biggest mistake in this draft, $10 for Green Shy Guy. You didn't need to do that. Like I think.
Yeah. And I'm like the number one Green Shy Guy believer. I have a Green Shy Guy emote with the death sickle for when I beat someone in a tournament with Green Shy Guy pitcher. But yeah, like you probably could have got him for like $4 or $5, no problem.
Yep.
But I mean, he was able to save it with a couple later picks, so it ended up being okay.
Yeah, exactly. Was able to be smart and stuck with the Bowser chem, right? Said, I have Bowser. I'm going to get Bowser chem. That's going to help righty. All right. Arguably,
last
Vic,
team.
the best for last. I was saying this getting started here while you were getting set up. I think Wavy had the best draft. This squad is great. It's lacking in pitching, but overall, you're talking about every character on this team having at least one chem pairing outside of Diddy. You're playing on Mario Stadium. You got a lot of chem here. You got 2 bros with Bowser with 3 line drive star swingers. Gravy for a player like me. I mean, again, you can point to defense is going to be some suspect in areas, but if Wavy can hit, Wavy should be 5+ runs a game for the Gooners if the offense is rolling as it should.
Yeah, I think I agree. I think this is probably the best
$10 for Boomerang, bro. $10.
Yeah, I think if you like went back and watched my stream, like every time Wavy was getting some of these players, I was losing my mind.
For
getting 2 paratroopers, 2 line drivers there. You've got who is his last player here?
Blue Bones.
Because I've got 9. I got Blue Bones, got Diddy.
Fire Bro
for
Boomer
16.
Bro,
oh, he's got
Bones.
Green Bones. Oh my gosh.
When you're talking,
so Green Bones is
for $25, Vic. For $25,
probably bench BJ.
For $25, Wavy got on his team 2 Green Paras, Green Bones, and Boomerang Bro.
Yeah,
that's huge. And so now this is pointed out as a Wayward Devil. Who will Wavy trade his entire team with this season? It is the Gooners. You never know. But I think you got to be selective with any trade you make. But I do think you could technically pivot from Fire Bro to add some defensive and pitching depth to your team. But I think you roll with this team until it proves that it's not working for you, that something isn't working for you. Because who cares if you win 12-10? You still won 12-10. Wavy, it does that. Now I just got to get good at the game.
Yeah, and I'm usually like a pitching defense first type of player, but like this is the kind of the rare team where like you can kind of just throw that out the window. Like the difference between like this one and first team is like there's kind of just a huge defensive drop off, whereas like you have at least some semblance of, like you've got Paratroopa who can play third, super jump. Bowser is okay at shortstop, but like he's not awful.
Every defender you have is okay at minimum, I think.
Blue Bones at second.
Yeah.
Right. They're not like poor.
Right.
And like Bowser Jr.
You're not looking at the problem with Magic
poor, but he has wall jump.
Right. He's got double wall jump. He's got
in the
2
outfield,
corner basemen that have super jump.
Well, he's got super jump, not double wall jump. But I guess, if he wanted to, maybe there's some scenarios where you bench Blue Bones, like DK Jungle, you could play this team.
Oh my God! I do not want to play this team at DK Jungle. Oh my goodness!
Like Mario Stadium, maybe you bench Bowser Jr. and play 2 Bones.
Yeah,
there's a lot of options.
The nice part about that is it helps your Bowser. No matter what, your Bowser chem isn't impacted. You have to have Diddy. Diddy's your best pitcher, right? So you got it. So that'll be.
Look at this a lot. Look at this lineup here.
When you need Diddy pitching, but I overall. Again, the player we as Wavy pointed out himself, I'm just saying if Wavy performs, if Wavy hits the ball, it's going to leave the yard, and that's why I think Wavy is in a better spot than some of these non-heavy teams that we've seen, because this offensive lineup has threats across the board. And with it being a Bowser captain team, most likely, I don't think you captain Diddy here just because I don't know if the banana star swing is worth it, especially this team will get you 5 Bowser stars. So it'll be way more important to have your stars for your 3 star swingers to set up everything. And so, 9 batters in a lineup, a third of them have line drive star swing, and those 3 line drive star swingers have chemistry with Bowser. You know, like it is this. We're gonna go into power rankings next.
I mean, this
might be the best team in the league right now on paper.
Yeah, and you're at Mario Stadium, which is great for this team because you can bat Boomerang Bro right-handed and still push the ball out to right field. And then you've got Fire Bro, who you're going to pull the ball with, so he'll bat lefty. Bowser Jr., I mean, you probably bat him right-handed just to swing late and go for the fence in right field. But basically, you can just hunt that short right field wall.
Perfect.
So those of you who don't know, like Mario Stadium is built kind of like Yankee Stadium, where like right field is really short, like the old Yankee Stadium. But so he can just target that right field like all game. And then when he goes on the road, like if he goes to Palace or goes to Jungle, he can just throw in Drop of Bones, throw in Bowser Jr. Pitching wise, I mean, he's going to be starting Diddy and then probably both paras. Like he'll make one lefty and one righty. And then you've also got Green Bones who you could bring in. So, I mean, I think like there's worse teams with worse pitching situations than this, or even like Blue Bones. So, I mean, Para and Bones are like considered decent relievers, like in the competitive scene. So, I mean, I think he's okay there. But like, you're not going to be pitching, Bowser Jr. or the Bros or Bowser. But like, it's kind of irrelevant again because the offense is just so strong.
Yeah, I agree. All right, Vic, let's put a bow on
I'll
draft
here,
day.
Yeah.
With
I got
our
the template. I'll
power rankings here. Do you have the tier list up on your end, or are you going tier list over there?
Yeah, I got it.
All right, so Vickless, in case you're curious, Vickless's stream will have the tier list.
If you want to pull it up,
why don't I just window capture yours here?
My stream.
Point. Yeah.
We don't have the 2 new teams, but we can just like make a tier that says here's what they are. If that makes sense.
Break in progress. Sheesh.
Oh,
Why
can I
is the
not
timer
edit?
Not going down. What the heck is that?
Let me reset.
Refresh it there. Okay, there we go. Well, I won't make you guys sit through a American Express ad. But chat, let us know too. Who do you think had the best draft? Fire off your hot takes in the chat, and thank you so much, by the way, to everyone tuning in and hanging out with us here. I mean, seeing these numbers on our streams is always to me a big blessing. I feel very, very lucky that we get to be part of this, and I feel very lucky that so many folks are hanging out with us here. Oh boy, now my stream's got the ad. Oh geez. Oh, of course, I clicked away from it. No. All right, we're going through the ads together.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I
forgot that Twitch did the thing. If you click away, it doesn't run the ad.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I think we can start. I think Wavy's team is at the top.
I think we know. I think we know what we're doing with that. We can make like. Can I change this? Yeah, we can make one tier like Aggie is this tier, or like Aggie is A or whatever. Like we can just do that for the other 2. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. And are we going to try to go in order here?
I'm just trying to think of who else. I mean, I would say Pooh and Chris.
He said it's upgraded or updated. He says refresh.
Oh, really? Oh, look at that.
Fresh.
All right. Okay. So I feel pretty good about putting Pooh's team and Chris's team both in A tier.
Okay.
Do you have any other thoughts on that?
Yep. I'm all right with that. I'm all right with that. I think there's enough depth on these that A is fine. Yep. What do we think? What about the swingers? Do the swingers fall in that? Double DK, Boo, Yellow Fellow,
Wario.
Lost
I
Baltimore
just,
game.
I don't know. You've got the back end is like Blue Noki, Paragoomba, Monty, Bones, Pianta. I don't know. That's like between an A and a B for me. Should I just make that a tier? I don't think we're gonna have any D tiers.
Nah.
So how about this? So like A between A and B.
8.5.
I feel like that's where that team yeah, it's kind of like that. I think that's where that one fits for me. Wet blankets
how about
also an A.
how about the aglets? Are we thinking aglets in?
A is for aglet.
I mean,
I think so.
yeah, I think that. Yeah, looking at this squad, I'd put that in A.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. We may have to sort those out, but I think those four are probably A for now.
Wet
I
blankets.
don't know. DGR, man.
I don't think wet blankets are an A team. I don't think there's
they're
enough
between
there.
A and B. If that's the case, then I think they're right up here just because it's so good at garden, but right, it's kind of like how will it go on the road?
If only we had plus or minus to denote. that's actually a pretty good call.
for like, oh well, the problem is I don't know if it's not loading, but I can't add tiers on my end for some reason. Oh wait, yeah, I can. What am I doing?
There we go.
Was this my first time doing this? All right, they're A minus now.
Yeah, well, yeah. Little B plus.
I'm dumb. I think I thought it was down here and it was like buffering, but it's not.
Yeah, I would
All
put
right.
I would put the wet blankets in a B plus tier personally. I don't.
Wow. Well, in that case, I mean, I don't think the swingers are A minus.
I don't think you're an A team if you don't have a heavy. I don't think that like I personally feel like if this is stars on, that's totally different, right? But to not have a heavy, I just think is and I know
Hell's Hero would disagree.
Yeah, but Hell's Hero also is friggin'
he won the tournament. Okay.
That's me. I might be wrong. I'm just going from there. Like if I looked at that team, that's where I would go. So I will leave it to you there. You're the commish, so you get the final call here.
We can think on that one.
Okay.
I think Philly's team might be like more the A minus type than for you. But like he doesn't have a heavy either, and he's at Yoshi Park.
Still put that in, I mean,
see,
I like the depth.
I think I like X Water's team slightly better than
you like X Water more than the cheesesteaks there with the Boo pitcher.
I think so. I mean, you got Boo pitcher, you got Birdo, you got the two Noki. You got the two Nokis.
Yeah, the two Nokis. I think they're at the end of the day, I think both of them right next to each other.
They're similar. They're very similar. Right. Like we shift everybody down here, but like that's kind of where I land on that one.
Yeah, I'm with you. You got swingers there at B plus. Let me take a look.
I think Domo's probably a B plus.
Do you think the
B
swingers
plus or a
can
B
creep to the back half of A minus? Double DK with Boo and Wario at DK Jungle with a Noki and Yellowfellow?
I mean, maybe. I just think there's a bit of a drop off. Like,
yeah. That
after
back
like
end
the top
of the
4 or
lineup
5 there.
Because is double DK Boo better than King Boo, Wario, Walu Boo? When we're comparing, I think we got the swingers and the demolition crew. I think B plus will fit for them. But a team with two DKs and a Boo be
we can
worse
come back
than
and
a
look
team with no heavies?
I mean, it depends on the stadium. I mean, they may not need to hit homers to score. Just like both of those teams are like so solid across the board that they can kind of maybe not have to worry about that. It's kind of like the opposite of what we were talking about with Wavy's team, where like he doesn't have to worry about defense. I don't know if those two, and maybe I'm factoring in like the player a little too much. Like, I just know like they're going to be able to hit. Both of those guys are going to be able to hit with their teams.
Yeah, I think.
I mean, let's get everybody else, and then we can go from there.
I like the swingers more than I like the wet blankets. if that was my personal list, I would have I would probably
Right.
I would be swapping the blankets and the swingers. That's just me.
Like I like Philly's comment though. I think that's kind of how I feel about it. Like put Mario on the block so I can please Baltor.
I hit my whole Mario baseball career is built on offense. If you ask anybody, it is all offense for me. But anyway, we'll leave it at there. You're going Bombers up.
V Sweat A-, or do you think that?
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if that's
having. There's a lot of good core here. Even Righty Bowser, but having Madge, Hammer, Green Para, and Bowser Jr. even with this team comp, I think I'm all right with that.
Yeah, I think it's like maybe the top of that area.
Yeah.
All right, who's left here? We got.
Yeah, who is left?
Furs team. I just don't know what to think about this.
First team is a B+.
Yeah, I think so. Probably top of B+.
Because there is the question marks, but when we're talking about possibly scoring, this is a team that's going to score. Madge captain or Walu captain, so that means everyone's got basically the whole squad's is cool with him. So he's going to be a 5-star team. And I like this approach instead of having to depend on. I think Fur had Birdos and PMs last year to start the season, so I like this approach better.
It's a better team than he had last year.
But I think the tough part here is
the defense.
There's no way this team stays the same unless if it's for the memes and for the fun, totally cool. So it makes it
hard to rank.
This team probably will not look the same. And I think it gives it a little extra oomph just because of how much trade potential this team does have. When you have this many trade chips to go for, but apparently the multiple times if it had been in the chat we've seen no trades, so it could be this squad. But hey,
honestly,
I love it.
I think the defense in the Garden, like. Maybe not even the defense. I think if he had picked like Wario Palace or Jungle, like I would have kind of almost been in the same wavelength as the Wavy team. Maybe not S, but I think I would have been like, well, you're just going to power through it. But like at Garden, I don't know. You're going to get slapped on pretty bad there. So I'm just kind of concerned about that.
Lytoria says DK up for sale. Okay, that'll be interesting to watch there.
Fandies.
The Fandies, all right.
We got Fandies. I don't know. DJR might make it to B- if we get to the end here.
I think the Fandies are a B tier team.
Yeah.
Mario, Luigi.
I just think
the Noki. This could go into the B+.
I just think the back half. The back half kind of drops off for me. I mean, if it's B+, I think it's right there.
Nah, I think a solid B here. Not a lot of chem with the. You got Toadsworth with the two.
I think CJ's probably a solid B too.
Yeah. So.
And then Morph.
The Lobsters. I was just looking at.
I mean, we looked at Morph's team. I think that's probably a B+.
I agree.
You got PDKB, Birdo, like.
And if we're going in order, I would put it over. I would put it over first team. Just because I think you got double dinos, you got King Boo, you got PD. I mean, that's a good solid 4 right there. And then your bench squad is pretty solid, and we'll see how the castle the castle factors in as well. So
where did you want to put Morph at?
I would put Morph ahead of Fur.
Yeah.
Behind the Swingers.
So.
Because I would probably put.
So you think the Swingers are above the Lobsters and Fur?
I like the way that looks right there.
Yeah, I guess double DK is kind of carrying there.
And
yeah, I think you might be right about like. I don't think the Swingers are an A team. I think like right at the top of B.
Yeah, I think because double DK. Wario Boo, that's pretty solid. And then you never know what the Yellow Fellow Blue Noki combo might do, plus being on Jungle. That's going to be because Boo can hit the ball out at jungle. You know that if they start getting crazy for tech dingers. Mac Reese's first team is so good. Why is it in B? Go ahead and field with Madge in the outfield there, Mac Reese.
We went over it, right? I honestly I don't even know if it's the defense for me. I just think the Garden pick was just honestly any other stadium, and I think it would have been an easy A for me. But I feel like Garden. I know he has the Madges, but like you can't star swing with all of them. Like you're only going to be able to star swing with like 3 of them.
Yeah, I wonder who he's going to star there with the tech chart. I mean, who are they going to even tech?
Yeah, and right. I mean, it's the. I just think the limited pitching, the outfield defense is Bros and Petey, or like your left field and right field is 2 Bros. So even when you go on the road, I mean, like you're not gonna have wall jump, and it's just gonna be really like, especially for the team Fur had last year that was pretty good on defense. I don't know.
Yeah.
Right, I mean, like outfield at Garden, yes, like that is going to be a struggle. But like Fur could probably offset it with great offense. But I mean, it's going to take really great offense.
Mm-hmm. But you got the star swingers to do it. I mean, you're going to have the stars, and you got Petey and the Bros.
You do have good, right? You do have good star swingers.
I forgot about the both Bros.
For Garden,
I forgot about the both Bros here. That might change things a little bit.
You're saying like that makes you feel better about it?
Well, I think it might increase on the tier list.
It is not Hammer Bro, so
yeah,
it's not Hammer Bro
tough.
At least. So like those two maybe have a little more utility at Garden. I don't know. I think I can't put it in A, but I could see it right here.
You would look at the names.
These two are really
that's
close.
An A tier team, but I think the defense and pitching concerns are very real. That's going to keep it there. And then I think as we do have there in the B minus, are the Dingers our last team to be ranked? Do we have any other?
Yeah, I think that's probably the worst team.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
I'm with you. I think it's a good core, but not a necessarily imposing force on offense. Gonna have to slap. Gonna have to utilize your Toadsworth and your Mario Fireballs really well. I think that the Dingers came out of the draft the weakest team here, but all in all, again, I think just to emphasize this, I think every player took a massive step in the right direction. We got a ton of really, really, really good squads here. There's strengths and weaknesses with each one. Eternal says Morph has better defense, so he should be in or at least above Fur. Let's see here. We'll check the chat here. Morph defense got the double dinos with King Boo there for third. Better pitching options.
I don't know. It's hard to make sense of these 3 teams. Like, I'm almost tempted to do like unordered for these 3. Like,
I would say the Demolition Crew is the weakest out of all of those. Just because
I don't.
It's a good core,
yeah,
but it's not as deadly as a double DK, I think, or 7 or whatever 6 Magic Koopas, or whatever.
You could do that.
The Fandies?
How's that feel?
I don't know if
it's hard to be B minus with Bowser. How about this? How's that feel?
Man, the monkeys.
Like you feel these 3.
Yeah, no, I like this.
But the difference is everybody is better this year. Like last year we had like D teams and C teams.
Right. I think,
unless we want to call DGRs
all of these teams are going to give themselves a chance to win, but I like this list. I like our list. I like the list.
Okay.
And Fur says in the chat, if things go
my
way, it'll be 8 Magic Koopas. I look forward to seeing it. But
like that honestly, the biggest takeaway, like Fur, Wavy, and Light, like your teams this year, like compared to last, like you can all definitely hang with people now. Like, yes, the match team is very interesting. But I mean, offensively, you should be able to put up some numbers with that team, even if defense will be an issue.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, folks. There is our thoughts on the draft. The Ass Blast starts up here on Monday. So if you want to go and check things out there, get ready to rock and roll with the Ass Blast. You can see all the action getting ready to go on Monday on all your favorite Twitch channels, of course. I am Baltor33. Vickless is the commissioner. You'll see me probably popping in, commentating on some games, and building up those. Please do me a favor and clip games this year. Make my life easier. If you have your favorite streamers, clipping their games will make my life a lot easier. I'd love to continue doing the recaps, and with two series a week, that's a lot of clipping to do. But we're gonna have a lot of fun. Really appreciate all of you for hanging out with us here